Alright, guys, I'm back with another chapter in 2 Samuel, or in 2 Samuel chapter 23, where the header reads, David's last words. And we'll get right into it. These are the last words of David. David, the son of Jesse, speaks. David, the man who was raised up so high. David, the man anointed by the God of Jacob. David, the sweet psalmist of Israel. The Spirit of the Lord speaks through me. His words are upon my tongue. The God of Israel spoke. The rock of Israel said to me, The one who rules righteously, who rules in the fear of God, is like the light of morning at sunrise, like a morning without clouds, like the gleaming of the sun on new grass after rain. Is it not my family God has chosen? Yes, he has made an everlasting covenant with me. His agreement is arranged and guaranteed in every detail. He will ensure my safety and success, but the godless are like thorns to be thrown away, for they tear the hand that touches them. One must use iron tools to chop them down. They will be totally consumed by fire. These are the names of David's mightiest warriors. The first was Jashobeam. Jashobeam. That's a tough one. Jashobeam. Jashobeam. The Hakmonite, who was leader of the three mightiest warriors among David's men. He once used his spear to kill 800 warriors in a single battle. Next in rank among the three was Eleazar, son of Dodai, a descendant of Ahoah. Once Eleazar and David stood together against the Philistines when the entire Israelite army had fled. He killed Philistines until his hand was too tired to lift his sword, and the Lord gave him a great victory that day. The rest of the army did not return until it was time to collect the plunder. Next in rank was Shammah, son of Agi, from Harar. One time the Philistines gathered at Lehi and attacked the Israelites in a field full of lentils. The Israelite army fled, but Shammah held his ground in the middle of the field and beat back the Philistines, so the Lord brought about a great victory. Once during the harvest, when David was at the cave of Adullam, the Philistine army was camped in the valley of Rephaim. The three, who were among the 30, an elite group among David's fighting men, went down to meet him there. David was staying in the stronghold at the time, and a Philistine detachment had occupied the town of Bethlehem. David remarked longingly to his men, "Oh, how I would love some of that good water from the well by the gate of Bethlehem." So the three broke through the Philistine lines, drew some water from the well by the gate in Bethlehem, and brought it back to David. But he refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out as an offering to the Lord. "The Lord forbid that I should drink this," he exclaimed. "This water is as precious as the blood of these men, who risked their lives to bring it to me." So David did not drink it. These are examples of the exploits of the three. Abishai, son of Zeruiah, the brother of Joab, was the leader of the 30. He once used his spear to kill 300 enemy warriors in a single battle. It was by such feats that he became as famous as the three. Abishai was the most famous of the 30 and was their commander, though he was not one of the three. There was also Benai, son of Jehoiada. That's a tough one too. A valiant warrior from Kabzeel. He did many heroic deeds, which included killing 2 champions of Moab. Another time, on a snowy day, he chased a lion down into a pit and killed it. Once, armed only with a club, he killed an imposing Egyptian warrior who was armed with a spear. Benai wrenched the spear from the Egyptian's hand and killed him with it. Deeds like these made Benaiah as famous as the 3 mightiest warriors. He was more honored than the other members of the 30. Though he was not one of the 3, and David made him captain of his bodyguard. Other members of the 30 included Asahel, Joab's brother, Elhanan, son of Dodo, from Bethlehem, Shema from Herod, Elika from Herod, Helez from Pelon, Ira, son of Ikesh, from Tekoa, Abiezer from Anathoth, Sibbecai from Husha, Zalman from Ahoah, Maharai from Netophah, Heled, son of Banah, from Netophath, Ithai, son of Ribai, from Gibeah, in the land of Benjamin, Benaiah, from Pirathon, Hurai, from Nahal Gash, Abi Alban, from Araba, Asmaveth, from Bahurim, Eliaba, from Shelban, the sons of Joshan, Jonathan, son of Shagi, from Harar, Ahiam, son of Sharar, from Harar, Eliphalet, son of Ahasbe, from Makkah, Eliam, son of Ahithophel, from Gilo, Hezro, from Carmel, Pare, from Arba, Igal, son of Nathan, from Zobah, Bani, from Gad, Zelek, from Ammon, Naharai, from Beeroth, the armor bearer of Joab, son of Zuriah, Ira, from Jatir, Gareb, from Jatir, and Uriah the Hittite. There were 37 in all. And that's the end of chapter 23, guys. And so really, one thing that I like about this chapter is it lets people know that as much as David was favored, in his ascent, there were people that he relied on. There were people that God sent his way. The mightiest warriors, as mighty as they claimed David to be, the feats and the things that are said of the men that surrounded him, that had favor with him, that he had favor with, that I think that is just so profound. Because so many people think that, in serving God, it's just me and him, we're going to climb to the top. There's very few people that in their stories, it's all about them and what God, no, God's going to send people. And it's so interesting because do I think that it all derives of God? Absolutely. And is he going to send you places that you don't want to go? Yeah. But the people that he's going to send your way are going to be people that you would never have known to ask for. And that's going to be people that hurt, but that's also going to be people that heal. And it sounds like he sent some guys that are pretty bad to the bone to help provide David with victory when it seemed like that wouldn't be the case. And God worked through those men just as much as he worked through David to fulfill all the things that he had promised David. And all those people surrounding. Who knows the level of success that these men have encountered just based on the fact that they were willing to serve not only God, but they're the anointed king. And I like that. There's people in my life that I would consider to be a part of my 3 or a part of my 30. An elite, just that I don't want to say that they were sent in my life just for me. They obviously are the main characters in their own story. But man, just having them in my life makes me feel like that. I got a handful of people that I can call, that I know for a fact that I would be able to rely on them to the same extent David could rely on these men. And that's super important. That's so important that you realize that God is sending you people that you don't even know. And I love reading this Bible so much because it helps me appreciate the things that I might not even understand, that I might take for granted, or I might not even be able to discern that I could take it for granted. But reading this just lets me see people better. It lets me see through his eyes. Because a lot of times in the selfishness of the flesh, oh, what can this person do for me? Oh, what does this person want from me? Instead of just saying, no, what does God need from me today? And man, who is he going to send me to help get it done? And where's he going to send me to help get something done for somebody else? And what that does for you, what that turns you into when you just submit to that. It turns you into something greater than yourself. I like it. I don't like the process. The process is painful, and that's why they call it refining and pruning, because those are very, high temperature, painful, rigorous processes that deal with a breaking down before building up. And those aren't fun to participate in. But I'm more willing to participate because I see how God is going to move. I don't know exactly how, but just knowing that he's going to move for my victory is enough for me to be willing to submit to anything. And so, on that note, Have a good night. God bless. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll be back for chapter 24 of 2 Samuel, where the header reads, David takes a census. And so I'm actually really excited about that chapter. This is like one of my favorite ones that is kind of like, can kind of fly under the radar. And we'll just talk more about it tomorrow. So chapter 24, David takes a census. I look forward to it. Have a good night. God bless. I'll see you guys tomorrow.